St. John's, UConn tonight at Gamble Pavilion. Statement game for
both teams.
St. John's
Good
on
game.
the road. Hurley against Pitino. Will Pitino be coaching for the Indiana job? Asking for a friend.
Do you think they'll ever let him back to like a blue blood program?
I don't know. I think he should finish his career at
St. John's.
But people will, now that Mike Woodson is done, people will push Pitino to Indiana. God, they could have had Dusty May. Dusty May was from the Bobby Knight tree, and he's FAU to Michigan.
But haven't they learned their lesson now? Like hiring from the alma mater.
Indiana basketball and Nebraska football are the same. The answer is no.
They're obsessed.
Well, Nebraska football and Indiana basketball are always one good hire away from being the next great hire.
Because they have the resources and they have the money and they have the tradition and they have the fan base. They spent $5.5 million on that Indiana roster and they can't beat Chris Collins and the Northwestern Wildcats.
Why is it always got to be about Northwestern?
Because
not all of it's
about
just
a good example. It's a nutshell of
we're done with Dublin. We're not bubbling in Dublin anymore. We're not worried about Northwestern.
I don't think they're in.
By the way, the NFL in that stadium, the NFL is going to play a regular season game in Dublin, Ireland. It'll probably be announced in the next 2 weeks.
They're going to Australia. Melbourne. Strip on the barbie.
Ship the Cowboys there and leave them there.
Look at this crocodile. It's going to do the death roll.
Jim.
Tony.
Coming up, Lee Sterling in a moment, but we must read this email.
This is the most.
It's time for story time with Gary Sharp.
Take it away, partner.
Hey, is Gus Johnson on the call tonight on that game?
Wide open.
Between St. John's and UConn?
Has he been doing those Friday games? That's why
I have no clue.
Yeah. I'll find out.
Could not know.
College basketball loves them some Friday nights.
It likes yesterday was a bland night. Other than
tell that to JJ White.
I was sorry. Unless you had
apologize to my neighbor.
I apologize. Unless you had a rooting interest, which most of us did last night. It was a bland night of college basketball. But as of late, I'm telling you right now, college basketball is rising in popularity. There are more and more people who are watching it day in, day out.
I hope you're right.
There are more and more people. It is becoming.
I think March is.
Telling you right, there have never been more people that I know personally who are engaged in watching college basketball consistently.
That's got me rediscovering it.
You know guys that do the games.
That's not true. Yeah. I have friends from back
Connor.
home in Chicago who weren't college basketball guys who are doing it. And we're talking about it every single day. So maybe I'm just more exposed to it.
We are. Who's doing the game tonight? Because it's on Big Fox, right?
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Hurley, Pitino, ding, ding.
It's got to be Gus and Raftery.
Okay. I'll take it. Gamble Pavilion, I'm sure. Is High Knees doing the game?
That'd be great.
No, it wouldn't be great. Did you see what he did in the Rutgers?
He ran into the guy? Yeah, that was funny as heck.
All right, this is from Clint. So today at the Board of Regents meeting, there's going to be a vote. It'll get passed that Aramark will take over the concessions at UNL. Still no Coke. I got the Pepsi guys are on my ass now, by the way.
I know. You went on a rant yesterday.
They're like, why do you like the Coke guys so much? I'm like, who doesn't like Steve
You
King?
literally said, and I quote, they're taking over Omaha.
They are. Now we got to get them in at Warner.
I'm just
saying. We got to get them at Warner Park.
Saying there's just no surprise that the Pepsi guys might be a little upset at you after.
Pepsi is falling apart.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. Put some more gasoline to the fire.
I think Coke should buy out Pepsi.
There you go. Keep going.
Hey,
keep it rolling.
Once again last night, Paul Ralston, the very talented radio voice of North Dakota, I said, Paul, best thing that's happened in this building? I pointed to the cooler and I said, we're a Coke school. And he's like, really?
Right.
And just like every other announcer that comes here, they open up their duffel bag and start shoveling in Coke. So the concessions might look a little bit different at Memorial Stadium moving forward. So Clint has responded to our discussion yesterday about the Val's Pizza. Now,
before you go, Gus and Jim Jackson, by the way.
Okay.
Nah, take it.
Okay. That's doable.
That's fine.
I'll watch that.
The volume will be on.
All right. I'll have it in. I'm going to Omaha hockey tonight against Minnesota Duluth at Baxter Arena. I'll have it on my hand because it'll be on my phone.
Yeah, I figured.
I didn't know if you needed a clarification.
I didn't.
All right. Clint writes in. He says, gentlemen, well, first let me the subject line is Val's Pizza. Yes, I might be unhinged. I love Clint
No,
because
he's one of
Clint
us.
put so much into this. Pardon the 2 a.m. email, but I'm doing some late night pod listening as I transition off of night shifts. I was listening to the segment about concessions and wanted to comment on the pizza situation at Nebraska sporting events and provide a bit of a warning.
Mm-hmm. Listen up, kids.
No question. The Val's slices become exponentially more delicious after marinating in cardboard, and I would be extremely sad to see them go. However, if they stick around, the new concessions provider sure as hell better not pull what the university has pulled at PBA. While it's not the most consistent product at Memorial Stadium, I've never been disappointed, other than the time they ran out in the 600 level before halftime of the 22 Indiana game. I love Clint. I got to meet Clint now.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, at PBA, shrinkflation has struck, and I have proof. Call me a crazy person, but I have taken a photo of nearly every slice I've consumed over the last 3 seasons and was absolutely shocked to see the abomination I purchased at the Nebraska-Wisconsin basketball game on February 1st, 2024. He has taken a picture of all of these slices from Memorial Stadium. He takes a picture of, the little the box you get at PBA, and there is a lot more cardboard than there is pizza. Just doing some quick math, I estimate I lost out on 30% or more of a regular slice. It was absolutely inexcusable. I just want this new concessions company to be aware. If they try to pull this BS at Memorial, I will expose them.
Hell yes, Clint.
We might need to tweet out this picture.
Okay, I'll let you take his screenshots, because he has 12 pictures of slices at Memorial Stadium compared to his slice at PBA.
I'm gonna Jimmy, I'll text this over to you, and you can tweet this out. Okay.
I got the email too.
Okay, you can tweet it out. Here's the thing. First off, the editing job done by Clint in this is absolutely impeccable. He has 12 slices for Memorial Stadium. They are all divided into perfectly even picture squares, and then there's even Canva lines drawn down to separate each slice. So that's the first. The fact that he put the time and effort to crop down these pictures and then perfectly organize them so they're all separate is incredible. Second observation, I love. So this is by the way the absolute truth. Every time he gets a slice at Memorial Stadium for the last 3 seasons, he has taken a picture of his slice. What I love most about the picture is that there are a couple of these that are eaten. He has already taken multiple bites of this Val's pizza, and he puts down the pizza and says, "Oh shoot, I forgot to take my picture." So then he takes a picture of an already, in one case at the bottom left, he fully ate the pizza. He scarfed that thing down before he remembered to take his picture. Now, that's the breakdown of the Memorial Stadium slices. I'm going to be honest with you. Clint's got a point. I mean, you go side to side. You have some of these pieces in Memorial Stadium that are fully taking up the box. The PBA slice, I mean, it's not touching any corner. There is 0 part of the pizza that is touching a corner.
Not even close.
Not even close. There is a massive gap on both the east and west side, and even the tip of the pizza doesn't hit the tip of the box. I mean, this is a
pizza roll, basically.
It isn't. I could not. Now, first off, I'm questioning just Clint's mind with the fact that at 2 a.m. he felt he needed to
People are passionate about
edit
their
a picture
Val's
together
pizza.
and
He's
send
smart
us
kind of person.
Now, I want to know why. Why is there a picture being taken in the first place of this pizza? And who is he sending it to?
For the gram, of course.
Is he sending it to his kids? Hey, I got my slice.
Facebook?
Is he sending it to his friends?
He might be a huge Val's fan.
Yeah.
Maybe. But there is a valid argument here to be made.
What was the research you said earlier you did for school? This is that kind of thinking. You two on a thesis together would be 2 doctors.
This is a thesis.
Now, when you get the slice that is rather slimming at PBA, could you go back to the concession stand and open the box and go, "Excuse me?
Where's the rest of my pizza, man?"
Seriously, I think you have absolute validity to be I did not pay for this. Because technically when you pay for the slice, aren't you paying? You're not paying for the slice, you're paying for the box.
Yeah.
So you assume that slice is going to be the size of the box. You
You're-
can easily say, hey, I did not pay
You're tipping for a
for
box.
this. Exactly. You could absolutely go back. And I would venture a guess to say they would gladly give you another slice.
Ooh.
I think they would.
You
I've had
think?
some good run-ins with the Pinnacle Bank Arena concession people. They're very nice to me. They've always been very, very genuine, if you will. Have you had bad run-ins with PBA concessions?
I don't eat a lot at sporting events
I'm an animal.
because I usually take care of it beforehand.
Yeah.
I'm more likely to go downtown, the 67th Center or Lincoln, and drink at a sporting event instead of eat. Like
Sure.
I'm not going to grab a box of popcorn. Now, baseball is different. Like when I go to a baseball game, I'm thinking about eating.
Dog and a
Yes.
beer.
But I'm not thinking about when I'm going to basketball or hockey. I'm not
I think
thinking about eating.
that's a psychology thing. I think so. Like you go to a baseball game. What do you think of baseball? You think of beautiful weather, beer, and a hot dog. And so that requires
Keep
you to
that
eat.
mindset on April 1st at opening day at Warner Park. Thank you.
Now
Please,
with
beautiful
basketball.
weather.
For me, I like to eat. So I'm not really I eat here, I don't eat here. I'll
Yeah,
eat
the
anywhere.
answer's
Like
yes. I'm with
anytime,
Matt.
any place, anywhere, I'm going to eat something. If my tummy is grumbling, I'm going to say, oh, I want
Hey,
a beer or
how,
I
how
want,
much money you got in your wallet?
I don't
you
carry
just-
cash.
Okay, you just committed a fine on the show.
What is that?
What's $100?
Yeah.
You need to Venmo me $100.
Doug said to say tummy when referring to my stomach via email. He said that. He literally wrote an email and says, hey, make sure that
And
you
this is
say
why.
you say tummy.
That's why it's $100 fine on
I'm-
the show.
Nah, I didn't know. Can I get
Tummy
get
time is
pardoned?
the other
No.
show.
Can you pardon me?
No,
Can I get pardoned? I'm
no,
asking for a pardon.
we're past that. They already gave them out a couple weeks ago.
Not enough pardons go around. Someone's got to take a bullet if I'm going to get a pardon.
Excuse me? Too soon.
Sorry.
Wow.
Yeah, that's 150 now.
What?
You're being fined. You can't say tummy on the air.
I didn't know that.
Oh, you got set up and you took the bait, but that doesn't matter.
It's
All
like
right,
if
what's
we were
your
playing
Venmo?
match game and it was the phrases blank you.
Dan follows up and he agrees
Hi, Dan.
with Clint. He says, I thought it was just me. 100% true on the Pinnacle Bank pizza.
Wow.
Why are they smaller at PBA compared to Memorial Stadium?
Fred needs to do something. He needs
Hey,
to say something.
Is it just lack of quality cutters? Because there are people who cut the pizza, right? So
Not
are
at
there
my high
less
school.
quality cutters at PBA than there are at Memorial Stadium?
What do you think? There's furloughs or there's
I don't know.
buyouts?
I don't know. Maybe they're
Yeah.
cutting down at
Something
Val's.
going
So
on
they
with
don't
Big
have the
Cuddy?
money anymore. Big Sal can't be in the back
Big
making those
pizza?
big
Oh,
slices.
I miss Big Sal's in Lincoln. I closed down there on 27th. This seems to be a question for the Troy Dannon radio show.
That would be a great call. Now, wouldn't you have to Trojan horse it a little bit? Like you would have to say something that maybe he would actually want to answer.
What do you think of the weather
No,
here?
no. That's what that show is intended for.
Any and all calls, you don't think
Bill-
they cipher out the ones they don't want to talk about?
Bill Byrne once got a call about a guy that was complaining about somebody bringing a bass boat seat into Memorial Stadium, and it was right in front of him. And so Bill looked into it, and the guy was, and so they're like, that can't happen.
Yeah.
But then I was like, how do you get that into the stadium to begin with? Yeah, that's what that show was intended for, is
Okay.
for people to complain and bring up things that,
I think this is a
Yeah.
great topic.
Hot
then.
dogs with Trev, I remember.
we may have the bottom of this. Texter Rachel says, PBA cuts pizza into 10 slices instead of 8.
Ooh.
That's what I told you. Quality cutters. Did they change the price on it? No, they probably kept it the same.
Mhm.
This is ridiculous,
Mhm.
man. This is an absolute travesty.
All right, Clint, thank you. You have you brought up a thing that
Needed to be
we'll
brought
check
up.
out on Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah.
Yes.